Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Sagittarius September 2, 2022. The moon heads into your sector of joy for a couple of days, and it harmonizes with Jupiter in your sign. As such, you can more readily find channels to express yourself today, even with Mercury retrograde. Your unique viewpoint finds an appreciative audience. Hobbies, recreation, leisure time, and romance can be more prominent themes. With the Sun and Pluto heading into alignment, intensity with friends or complicated emotions about your social life can emerge as the day advances. What comes of this process can motivate you to make connections, start fresh, or make repairs. Those butterflies are real, so don't disregard your feels. After all, today's moon is beginning to reach her peak of fullness via your romantic fifth house of love, passion, pleasure, and self-expression. The best part? Luna will meet lucky Jupiter in your sign, expanding everything from your inner knowing to the amount of faith you have in a specific person or partnership. Granted, while there's no denying what you currently feel for someone, it isn't suggested to start anything new at this time. Venus will retrograde until the 29th, and Mercury stations retrograde today. Take this time to go inward. There could be a lot on your mind, especially because Mercury retrograde continues to square Uranus retrograde. As of right now, Mercury retrograde is switching up your subconscious views of your professional talents and weaknesses. The square could point you in either direction. If negative, you could be focused on where you fall short, which could come out in conversation with colleagues. Luckily, this can give you insight on what to work on. But, if appraised positively, then the square could help you redefine your outlook if unexpected praise has come up. As a friendly aspect between Eris, in his first weekend in direct motion in your income sector, and Mars, now in his final 9 days in your career sector peaks, this can have both short and long-term implications. In the short term, this is firing up your warrior and competitive spirit while at the same time motivating you to set longer-term goals and resolutions on both fronts. Your advice is in great demand. Because of your high energy levels, you are happy to comply, but take care not to give too much of yourself. You might suffer a burnout and lose interest in others. It's fine to ask others to return the favor. Ultimately, relationships work best when give and take are done in equal measure. If you're hanging out with anyone who seems sketchy or a little off in some way, listen to your instincts. You don't need more trouble following you home, even if it secretly thrills you to death. As soon as you arrive on the scene, you find that rivals seem to fade from view. Maintaining a natural approach helps you get the attention from any potential admirers. Make the most of your desirability and appeal, but be sure you don't overdo the swagger. Any exaggerated conduct can quickly become a turn-off. Waking up a little earlier can give you the opportunity to have some healthy time alone before the day begins. You will benefit from taking a little time each day to center yourself in terms of what you want to accomplish. You tend to get wrapped up in other people's agendas because you are so talented at helping others achieve their goals. Focusing on yourself over a cup of herbal tea in the morning can have a powerful effect on your life. Revel in the glory of this day, for it is all about you. Do not worry about having to divide your attentions between home and the office today. Family first is your slogan right now. Explore the legacy your ancestors have left you, and see where your involvement in it will enhance the birthright of your children. You may even become wistful, due to some memory of a pleasant family experience. You may find that you have a sudden desire to bring out the nostalgic memorabilia that you had stored away. If so, reopen those cartons and blow off the dust. Right up until the moment that they leave your communication sector tomorrow, Venus and Mars are both working as a team and independently on their separate agendas. As Venus is working to make the most of the last full day of her 4-month mission to give your heart and your relationships a voice, Mars is working to make the most of his 6-week war on communication barriers. At the same time, ahead of their shift in focus onto home and family matters tomorrow, Mercury, the planet of communication, is already working to get the communication lines open there. At the same time that Venus and Mars are spending their last full day in your communication sector, the Moon is just a day away from its monthly visit to your relationship sector. While they will miss each other by just a few hours, the work the planets of love and passion are putting in now to get the communication lines open will have ongoing benefits. Our eyes in the sky. An opposition between the Scorpio moon early this morning helps us reconnect with our pride. However, this unbalanced aspect between the moon and Saturn could make it difficult to shed sorrows from the past. Remember that all forms of healing take time, and that it's okay to enjoy life and feel happy even when there are still aspects of your psyche that experience pain or sadness. Luckily, as afternoon rolls in, we'll be able to shake off any funky feelings from earlier in the day as the void of course moon gives us the energy and ego boost we've been waiting for. Allow yourself to feel confident about yourself and your goals. This is also a great time to reassess or revise any passion projects. Don't hold back, get moving toward the things you want. The energy here is very creative, so get experimental with your hobbies and express your artistic side. As nighttime creeps in, the moon moves into Virgo, giving us some much-needed organizational energy. Use tonight to check your schedule and make to-do lists for the coming days. In the morning, the Scorpio moon opposes Saturn in Aquarius, dampening our spirits. Others fail to give us our due, excluding us from social situations. Perhaps our friends or colleagues are unable to see how our talents could benefit the group, or we are otherwise prevented from participating due to ill will. On a more mundane level, we could be physically distanced from our communities now. Naturally, loneliness can weigh on our hearts, but we will do little to ingratiate ourselves to others by dredging up drama or adopting a "woe is me" approach to the issue at hand. If we really want to show our stuff, we are better off assessing our attitude. Remember, you do not have to be for everyone at all times. The moon begins its void of course following this aspect, lasting until the late afternoon. Instead of airing grievances or blaming others for wounding our pride, we might determine where our gifts and talents will make the most impact. In the late afternoon, the moon enters Virgo, ending its void of course. Over the next 2 days, our emotional terrain is governed by logic and precision. We feel our best when our routines are fleshed out. This way, we can manage tasks without succumbing to overwhelm. While this impulse to organize can help us streamline our daily lives and handle our business efficiently, life often proves unpredictable. If we are unable to rise to the occasion at a moment's notice, we should remind ourselves that we are doing the best we can under the circumstances. Discernment will get us everywhere, but overanalysis can devolve into tunnel vision.